Welcome back to Let's Play Resident Evil 4 with me, Jerupitus. So, at the end of the last chapter, we just got a brand new treasure. So let's go ahead and check that out. That's going to combine with our crown, and that will finish it all the way up. So let's check out this note. Letter from Ada. Once a Plaga egg hatches, it's nearly impossible to remove it from the body. But if it's before it hatches, then it can be neutralized by medication. If it does hatch, you might be able to get it out by surgery before it turns into an adult. But it won't be easy. There's a high chance you won't survive the operation. As far as I know, the girl was injected with the egg before you. Her time is ticking. You should prepare yourself for the worst case scenario. And she's right, the clock is ticking on that. But let's talk to the merchant.
Got some rare things on. What are you selling?
So we're going to go ahead and sell that crown, and it is worth an eye-popping 48,000 pesetas.
Ah, is that all? Thank you. Is that all? Thank you. Is that all? Is that all? Thank you.
We're going to go ahead and get rid of all our first aid sprays. We have plenty of full heals as it is. We're still sitting on 5. In fact, I'm going to sell like 2 of these. That makes sense to me. Okay, and now our tune-up list is going to be crazy full. So we're going to get the firepower of the Red 9 up to 3.7.
Thank you.
Broken Butterfly up to a ridiculous 24. And we're going to go ahead and do the capacity because that's 8 free bullets. And we'll do the striker, semi-auto rifle, and thankfully the TMP has a capacity upgrade. So that's 200 free rounds for that. And in this area up here, we're going to get a look at that giant cylindrical building. That is where we're headed. But first, we've got to come through here. Go ahead and take out these 2 Ganados. And after spending all that money, I'm really hurting for money, so I'm going to be hunting extra hard for treasures and pesetas. Now there's going to be a whole bunch of guys hanging out by the fire here. And I'm going to try to get all of them with a grenade. That was a pretty reasonable shot. Missed a couple, but we did get a lot of them. And fortunately for me, there's plenty of money drops. It's looking like where I'm at right now with my peseta count, I may not be able to get every exclusive upgrade I want. Which would, of course, be like all of them. But we will still get to show off at least some of the more exciting ones. And I guess I should say what I mean by exclusive upgrade is once you're finished upgrading any of your guns, there is one more wildly expensive upgrade that does something completely ridiculous. Okay, and I think that's everything I want in this area. So if we come through here, we will find a crank, and that will allow us to go beneath. The obvious door forward is obviously locked. So we're going to have to go this way first. Up ahead rests the offering to the lion. And if that reminds you of Devil May Cry, that once again is because the original version of this game is what became Devil May Cry. I believe in Devil May Cry it's called the Pride of the Lion. But either way, it's something we're going to have to go do. Now, I know you hear that chainsaw, and I hear it too. And it sounds scary, but the chainsaw guy has a bunch of pathing problems. So he's not going to be a threat at all. And I'll show you that once we get a little further into this area. All right, Plaga it is. Okay, no problems there, and I'm just gonna go ahead and quickly take out these bear traps. But first we'll have to deal with our axe-throwing friend over here. And he's going to be a Plaga too, because why wouldn't he be? Not the best accuracy from me there, but it's not a big deal. We are not in, by any stretch of the imagination, hurting for shotgun ammunition, or handgun ammunition, I should say. All right. So that's all cleared out. We'll deal with Chainsaw Friend in just a sec here. And if we come down here, we can find the Staff of Royalty, which is worth a fair bit, so we do want to find that, considering we just spent pretty much all of our money. Now, this is not going to be super fun to watch, but there he is, stuck at the top of this ladder. So we're just going to shoot him in the head until he dies while he's stuck there. Because it is actually quite a luxury to be able to take out a chainsaw ganado using just the handgun. So he's down. So we're going to climb up in here, get his drop, and find the key to the mine. Now, a whole bunch of ganados are going to spawn down here, but they are once again at the bottom of the ladder, and they're really just asking for me to do this, honestly. And so while we're just knifing an endless parade of people in the face at the top of the ladder, I want to talk a little bit about this environment. Mentioned earlier on, they were talking about the fact that the Las Plagas got excavated, and that's how the whole sort of infection in the village in the beginning section began. And I believe where we are right now is the excavation area. Which is kind of cool that the story hangs together that way. Because it's pretty easy to just say, like, oh, I guess it's just like a mine area. But it has an actual reason for existing. Which is nice. And I think that's just about everybody. And I want to make sure I don't miss any of these drops down here. So I'm going to go ahead and rush down here. Ow. Okay. Now right through this door is going to be another chainsaw enemy. Which can be quite the problem if you choose to rush in here and don't know what you're getting yourself into. especially if you're running away from other ganados. But the striker pretty much just laughs at these enemies at this point. All right, that's the end of that. And now we've got the mine key, which means we can continue on. And I'm just going to double check. Yep, I did miss a barrel. And let's go ahead and jump out the window. Okay, and coming up here, we have another descending ceiling trap. And the icing on the cake is that they send little Plagas guys at you. And you think you're done with that first round, but they're going to send 2 more just to mess you up when you're supposed to be looking at the ceiling. Alright, now that all those are dead, we can go ahead and stop this trap from killing us. Where is that last one? There it is. And we do want to open this coffin. There's going to be some sweet money in there. And let's head into this area here. Just going to be a few little loot drops, and then we'll be able to head out. Okay. And now there is actually something major here that I want to talk about. And in fact, I'll get to show it off. Now, what you're supposed to do is jump in here and take a minecart ride. And let me reassure you, we are going to actually do that. But what I want to show first is a glitch in this area that really revolutionized speedrunning for the remainder of the game. It involves 2 separate glitches. The first is the Ditman Glitch, so let's go ahead and do that. Now we are sped up. And what we're going to want to do is get ourselves caught on this corner. Then we're going to run forward and jump down on the first frame. We can do so while holding up and left. If that all makes sense to you, stay with me. Because now we have clipped through the floor a bit. And what we can do is run around this way, and that will let us run through the air straight through this. And isn't this cool? I love boundary-breaking games. And so that's the end of the level down there. Now, if I wanted to complete this level if I was a speedrunner, which I am not, but I just want to show this off because I think it's so cool to get kind of a sneak peek as to what developing a game looks like from the perspective of a developer. This is a view that you are not supposed to get as a player. Like sort of the edges and where environments end and where they begin. And honestly, I'm relishing this so much, I'm just going to take a second to look around. It's so cool. But so if you want to get a little bit nerdy with boundary-breaking speedrun aspects of this game, the height properties are what you need to actually finish the level. So what we're going to do is kind of clip onto this. Oh, did I do this wrong? Well, I think I'll still be okay. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. This got a little weird, but that's okay. It is a glitch after all. So what we want to do is this would be the minecart path to finish the level. And by following this, we will preserve our height properties enough to clip into the final room of the stage. And I apologize if this is not what you came to a Let's Play for, but, like, this glitch only works on PC or PS4 when you can run the game at 60 FPS. And it just goes to show that with all the love the community has for this game, and all of the people working on it to speedrun it, not really any major glitches other than Ditman have really been found, except for this one, and this game was not designed to be run at 60 FPS. So it's not even really the developer's fault that this happened. And with that, we're at the end of the level. But I'm going to cut here and then get back to the beginning of the minecart section because we're going to actually play it like normal humans. So I'll see you there. All right, we're back. So with all that glitch nonsense out of the way, we're going to go ahead and try this section the way you're supposed to. And in order to do that, we got to jump down here and shoot this lever. And away we go on our minecart ride. So you can shoot down some of these ganados from their platform in order to have them not jump into the cart with you. But we want to let them do that because we want all their drops. Because we are a little bit behind on money. And I like to stay in the back cart because it kind of keeps everything in front of you. And I love the way that some of them just miss the jump and kill themselves in front of your minecart. So those you can either shoot or dodge, but if you miss, it will damage you pretty significantly. Which is another reason I like to hang out in the back. Alright, this is going to spawn a pretty decent number of enemies, but we're just going to let them all come because I want all their money. Yep, just keep them coming. The striker says none of this is a problem at all. And it looks like I did hit the lever by accident. So I just want to make sure I get all those drops before we get a little bit too far down in this area. Okay. A few more enemy spawns. But nothing we can't handle. And they got one more chainsaw guy for us on our way out of here. But we don't actually have a ton of time left on this ride. So I want to make sure I dispose of all those pretty quickly. And they're still coming. Uh-oh. And we are almost at the end here. And we just gotta mash X and then pull ourselves up. Whew, that was a crazy section. A lot of enemies there. And one thing I want to do before I leave is check out this skull on the ground here. There's kind of a weird thing where there's just a whole bunch of peseta drops that are kind of invisible there. A whole bunch. There's our stone of sacrifice, and we are all done here. So this is back where the Ganados were all hanging out around the fire. And now we've got our stone of sacrifice. So we can open the door and take the elevator. All right, that's going to be all the time I've got for today. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.